Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Vaibhav, and I live in Pune. I've been following C.L.A.P since a while, and I've been a big fan of Neha and Kumudini ji. She's like my mentor now. So yeah. So this is the first time I'll be actually performing live or live. So let's see how it goes. What I'm going to try, what I've written about is a Marathi song and dance traditional. What do you call it? A genre which is the Lavani. Okay, so I will give you a bit description about Lavani. So I've picked up a few things from the sources available on the internet, as well as I've written something of my own too. Okay, so I will I will go ahead with it. So Lavani is a Marathi word, and it's a genre of music popular in Maharashtra. Lavani is a combination of traditional song and dance, which is particularly performed to the beats of dholki, a percussion instrument. Dholki is an instrument which is usually used in Lavani and also the other forms of music like bhajan and kirtan, where dholki is the main instrument which is being played along with the others. Uh, Lavani is noted for its powerful rhythm and has contributed substantially to the development of Marathi folk theatre. In Maharashtra and southern of Madhya Pradesh, it is performed by the female performers wearing a 9 yard long saris. So a 9 yard long sari in Marathi is called a navvari sari. Nav is nine and is var. So that's how the English word came as nine yard. The and the songs, the Lavnis are songs which are sung in a quick tempo because they are meant to. Uh, According to the tradition, the word Lavani was is derived from the word Lavanya. Lavanya is a Marathi word which means beauty. Okay, but Lavanya is a word used for a woman who is beautiful, and just to praise the beauty, the word Lavanya uh, is used. Going back to the history of Lavani, traditionally the genre of folk dance deals with different and varied subject matters such as society, religion, and politics. The songs in Lavani are mostly erotic in sentiment, and the dialogues tend to be pungent in social. Most of the Lavani songs, if you see the lyrics or hear the lyrics, you will find that they, apart from being sounding nice, they also comment on the current social status or things which are happening, the good and the bad things happening around us. Uh, Originally, the Lavani was used as a form of entertainment and morale booster to the tired soldiers. Uh, Songs along with dance are sang mostly along with the dance. It is believed that their origin is in the Prakrit Gathas collected by Hala. Okay. Uh, Lavani developed into two distinct performances, namely Fadachi Lavani and Baithakichi Lavani. The Lavani sung and enacted in a public performance before a large audience in a theatrical atmosphere is called the Fadachi Lavani. So in villages, this is the Fadachi Lavani is basically villages where there are no theaters and no not much movies are played. So it's like a pandal where and the temporary stage has been built up, and the Lavani performers along with the other members of the Lavani team, they perform for the villagers, and that's been a very long tradition in Maharashtra, especially. Uh, and when the Lavani is sung in a closed chamber for a private or a select audience by the audience, and it is called a Baitaganchi Lavani. So it happens in a in a closed theater where it mostly in the urban areas. The ladies that perform Lavani wear a long sari which is around 9 yards. They form a bun which is called a juda in Hindi, and in Marathi it is called an ambada with their hair. They wear jewelry that includes necklaces, earrings, piles, and a kamarpatta. They usually put a large bindi of dark red color on their forehead. The sari they wear is called a nawari, again, as I mentioned earlier. The sari is wrapped and is more comfortable as compared to the other sari types. There are men also that dance in Lavani with the ladies. They are called nut. Nut means a male dancer. These men dance dancer. Although the beginning of Lavani can be traced back to the 1560s, it came into prominence during the later days of the Peshwa rule. Peshwas were somebody who ruled or rulers of Maharashtra, and they had most of their base in the city of Pune. Celebrated Marathi Shire poets, including Parshuram and Ram Joshi and Lokshahir Annabhau Sathe, had contributed significantly for the development of this genre of music. Lokshahir Bashir Momin Kavthekar is the popular present-day Shahir, poet of Lavani, whose compositions are presented on stage by Surekha Punekar and other prominent performers. Surekha Punekar right now is the topmost Lavani performer. I'll talk about her in brief later. Shringar Lavani is mostly sung and danced on the stage by a female and written by a male. And Kantabai Satarkar and Mangala Bansode are perform on that specific type of Lavani. Lavani can also be termed as a romantic song sung by a lady who is waiting for her lover to accept her, who longs for his love. So through the song, she is trying to convey her feelings to the lover. सोळावं वरीस धोक्याचं to Apsara Ali are some of the most popular Lavnis in Marathi movies. These songs played a major role in the success of these movies. Almost all leading ladies in the past, the film industry, and now the ladies who are performing now have performed on Lavnis and have earned a lot of popularity and fame. Amruta Khanvilkar, Sonali Kulkarni, Neha Paindse, Manasi Naik. Part of literature and movies and continues to be so. Though Lavani has a rich history of over years, unfortunately, the artists who earn their living on this art have been going through financial hardships. With decline in number of live shows across the state, the issue of survival has become difficult day by day. Not only the main performers, but others like the musicians and the stage managers, the organizers, and everybody who is dependent on this form of art is it is a folk art form which reaches the poorest people who have no other means of being educated or entertained. Just like the Fadachi Lavani, which is usually performed in villages. So it is meant for people who have no other means of entertainment for them. And however, with the wider reach of internet now, and the too, the audience for Lavani now has somehow shown minimal interest in this form of art. And hence there is a decline, or let's say there are no shows happening at the moment. The government so far has shown no keenness to help the art form grow, and there has been lack of assistance and funds from them. That's a sad story, considering our country, which has such a massive culture, but our authorities and leadership chose to stay ignorant. Having said, there is a bright side to it too. Artists like
Vaibhav, we are losing you. Network. Okay, continue. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm about to conclude this. So I was saying that Artists like Sureka Pune, who had gained fame over the years in this form of in this form, she has taken steps to keep the folk tradition alive. Though it had only male, the Lavani had only male audience till now. Sureka Pune started shows only for women in major cities and metro city centers in the state of Maharashtra. Her experiment worked wonders, and almost all the shows were houseful and appreciated by the audience. Because usually women weren't allowed to participate in Lavani live shows because probably it was more, they wouldn't feel safe or they weren't with it. However, Sureka Punekar changed everything, and now Lavani is acceptable by everybody. And rather more than the male, a female following, uh, it has a lot of female following now. With all difficulties. With all the difficult times the art is going through, there are people like Sureka who have taken a lead to help rejuvenate this form and let's all hope that this genre of dance and music gets its respect and popularity it deserves and see golden days again. Thank you.